as a youth, and okay, you're much more experienced than we are, so I want to ask, how do you think is a possible way wherein we youths can create a credible and a dependable representative voice for good governance?
I haven't worked with youths for about 14 years now. I have come to see that, sadly, and there are two sides of it. Sadly, we have youths that are not visionary. They are just laid back, and then they are resigned to status quo, that their contributions are not really needed. But on the other side of the divide is also relating and dealing with youths. I have come to see that there are some youths that are visionary, that can, if given the opportunity, they will prove their worth and all of that. So in talking about how youths can be engaged in governance, I think the first step is to, like what we do in our leadership academy, we try to, go through a spectrum of youths, and then in doing so, we're able to identify who carries the values or the virtues that we are really looking out for, and then begin to showcase them and throw them out through mentorship, through empowerment, initiatives that we put in place. So I think the first thing is to be able to like scan through a population of youths, because I know in this country we have talented youths that are still hidden. Some know, some don't, some they have the gifts, they don't even know they carry the gifts. Some have the gifts, but they are looking for platforms to express their gifts. So we in Impact Leadership Academy, we give them that platform where you can dream anything, you can become anything. One of our ambassadors presently is in Germany. He out of our academy, he got the Skype opportunity from my office. He was interviewed. He passed the first stage, went to the second stage, passed the second stage. Whilst we were in South Africa, he on YouTube, they got to know more about him and what he did, at the conference, the leadership conference. And today it's history. He got the job in DHL Germany, the head office. So such people, we have thrown them out to the international space, and then we are believing that the international exposures they get, they will come back home and then put it to work. Another one of them left for Canada 2 months ago. Another one left for America. He's gone, in fact, to The Hague. He just left 30th of September on Tuesday. So we're pushing them out there to give them that exposure and then open their mind, broaden their spectrum, so that we can begin to say that from our youth we're beginning to raise people that will occupy the public space or the private space.
What excites me about what Impact Your World is doing is bringing on board talents in Nigeria and throwing them into the international communities, at least to learn best practices and come back to the country and sustainably adopt those models that they've been able to learn. But my question is, we have lots of young Nigerians that would not have an opportunity to travel out to learn international best practices and learn what works. Are there platforms in Nigeria that can also expand? Because the truth is, Nigerian education is getting worse by the day. And what we actually send to school to learn, it's like it's on the opposite. And we still have young people in Nigeria that will take up leadership position. Are there platforms that we can recommend to them that would still help them to broaden their horizon and still broaden their scope and understanding, and at the same time not necessarily leave in the country?
From our platform again, amongst many other platforms that exist here, we have Faith Foundation, we have LBS, we have Daystar Leadership Academy, you understand? So there are many platforms through which you can hone your leadership skills, your dreams and your ideas. Now, from our platform again, the big picture, which I did not say when Ebenezer asked the question, is, for now, we're focused on going to university campuses. And we host leadership conference for the benefit of every student on campus. So when we're going to campus A, we do our plenary, work visibility to find out this school, what is their biggest hall capacity that can seat, if possible, the whole campus. And then based on that, okay, we go back, rather, strategize how we can pull the students and then teach them leadership, So we had one in University of Lagos. We used what we considered a conducive and a big environment, which was the main auditorium. It was packed out. In fact, we had problem with crowd control, and till tomorrow, we are still getting filters from students that participated in the conference 2 years ago. In June, we had for the South, which was hosted by University of Port Harcourt. It brought together schools from Uniport, Unical, University of Uyo, and Niger Delta University. And then we put it all together again in the biggest available hall, University of Port Harcourt, which was the Ebitimi Baningo Hall. And again, we had crowd control problem because, the students all dashed in there. The same testimonial, the most impactful leadership conference they've ever had in the history of University of Port Harcourt. And we are getting every day reports and feelers from what we did on that day. A lot of people's mind open. Wow, okay, I can begin to dream, because it's not just to gather them together and just clap with them and all of that. What is the content of that program? It's so critical. So we bring in resource people that can really bring out what Tayo carries, bring out what Tayo Odunayo carries, and Ebenezer. We kind of stir you up. We inspire you based on what Speaker A, Speaker C, or Speaker M will say to you. So we basically do that, on a larger scale. It's not just gather people in the academy. How much can we train at a time? So we throw it open to the larger society. Out of that environment, like for every campus we go to, we also identify exceptional students who have displayed leadership skills on campus as student leaders. And then these are the ones we bring to the Leadership Academy, and then we train them and then send them back to the campus and then start what we call the Impact Leaders Club, which again, from there they begin to raise leaders and raise leaders and raise leaders and raise leaders. Now for the South, the next batch of our intake into the academy, there will be 70 of them that we have identified. In November, they are coming to the academy here in Lagos, and it's going to run for 8 days. And again, the same method. Out of that academy, we're going to pick our best students and then throw them out to the international community, to a leadership program. We're thinking of taking them to Model United Nations. I don't know whether in London or in the US, but we're going to take them out again, and help them open their mind to what leadership is, at the global scale.
Having said that, I'm thinking elections are fast approaching. 2015. What and what should young people, because we are more or less like the largest population of that. What and what should we look out for in the aspirant? Those that are contesting, what and what should we look at? What are the qualities, aside from the political parties and all of that? Yes, I know they would definitely say, okay, this is the person that will represent our party and all that, but even aside from all of that, what are the qualities young people should look out for?
I remember when both of you came to my office with Jagede, and I threw it out from another perspective, which you were not there, and I will say it here and then answer your questions. What says, or who says that young people cannot vie instead of, seats at the other end to go and vote? Who says that young people cannot be voted for? In the program downstairs, I think I asked the INEC official that what is the age for contesting for election, and then she said it depends on the office. And we are looking at the age gap of about 30 as an entry point. And I'm like, back in our academy, one of the objectives or one of our goals is to these young people we're identifying in the universities now. Most of them are in the age range of 22 to 25. And then we're believing that in the next 5 years, being under our mentorship, we should have been able to pull out their strengths and abilities, those of them that want to go into elective offices, and then we're pushing them out by the age of 30 to begin to go out to take leadership positions and be voted for. That's one side. The other side, to answer your question, now, if you say you want to be on the side of being a voter, what would you be looking out for in the leaders that want to vote today? Before I say that, let me also lay this background that in America, the way they vote is the opposite of the way I would recommend we vote. Americans vote for party lines majorly. And you know the two political parties. We have the Democrats and then we have the Republicans. There are some people, if it's a white man, if it's a black man, they will stick to their Republican ideologies. The Republicans have their ideologies. The Democrats have their ideologies. If it was the Republicans that were in power as we speak, they would have gone to war in Syria. They would have gone to the Syrian war, like Bush did. But the Democrats believe that democracy is all about first you must exhaust to the point of negotiations and dialogue, not action, not being aggressive. But the Republicans believe in aggression more. So if you are the aggressive type, you will most likely tilt as an American towards the Republican style of governance, as against the Democrats who believe everything must be dialogued and everybody must have equal rights and equal opportunities. But here in Nigeria, I want to differ in that light, because for me, I think, like I put down, I said, the Americans vote for party ahead of personality. But in Nigeria, I think the style should be, we should vote for personalities more than parties. Why? Because whether it's APC, whether it's PDP, it's the same thing, basically. It's the same thing. What we are celebrating Fashola for doing here, Donald Duke as a PDP governor did it in Cross River. So it wasn't about his party. It wasn't about his party, it was this person. Emoke has gone in there, but he's not doing what Duke, his predecessor, did. Go to Calabar, it's beautiful, clean, orderly. But it's a PDP government that did that. So I will recommend, answering your questions now, I will recommend that we vote along personality lines more than party lines. Now, I know in Lagos, what's it called? Jimmy Agbaje. Jimmy Agbaje is coming hot, and he's a personality brand.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
And people are going to vote along that line when it comes to Lagos election. So it's going to be tough for APC if they don't match PDP with a good personality. It's going to be a big issue. So for me, number one, let us vote along personality lines more than party lines. Number two, which are listed as the 7 C's of the qualities of a leader to look out for when you want to vote. Number one is conviction. What is this person's vision? Before Obama, aspired and all of that, he had a vision. Change or something. That was his party slogan. Time for change or something. So, what is your vision? Everybody that is coming to, whether local government, whether presidency, whether governorship, whether senatorial or rep, what is your vision? Your conviction, your vision. Number two, what is this person's character? Is he a person of integrity? Is he a jaye man that just lets party, no work, all play, no work? What is this? What are his value systems? You need to check him out. And then all of these 6, 7 C's, you are going to test it on this person. Number 3 is competence. You don't just put a dummy in political office. If not, we can predict what we are going to get. Rubbish. Because he's the wife of a leader in the party, then this woman must become senator. She must become governor. She must become this. What is her competence? What is her antecedents? So when somebody is coming and say, I want to become your governor, check his competence. Where is it coming from? Number 4, command. He must have a sense of authority. That is what I will not take from Fashola any day. In as much as, yes, he had a Tinubu over him, that man still has some sense of command of what he started with, his conviction, his vision. Where he's going to take Lagos to. fantastic. He's done brilliantly in 8 years. We're not saying he's done 100%. You understand? But he has a sense of command in terms of what is his office. From a chief of staff, he wasn't a commissioner, he wasn't anything. Chief of staff. And see how this guy just see where he's taking Lagos to. Courage.
Okay.
The person I want to lead me. How daring is he? How ambitious is he? Fashola, from Badagry to Orile, rail, 10 lanes, from, even though Tinubu started it, from Morocco to Aja, see the expansion of the road, from mile 12 to Ikorodu, the guys involved in projects. You think you know the amount of money involved? Most likely the one from Badagry to Orile is colossal. That's why I know he will not finish it in his term, in this 2 terms. But you see, he put himself through courageous, projects. It takes courage to rule at any level in this country. Whether not even to as little as a local government. What how courageous with your leader? So you got to check his courage. Test it. Where is he coming from again? You test it. What has he done? What courageous steps has he taken? I remember when we went to University of Port Harcourt to host this conference, in June. The school was not in session. In fact, they had shut Uniport down. And then the university authorities had told us that, forget it, this event cannot hold. But if you insist that you want to host this event, maybe it is goats and chicken that you bring to feed Ibitibi Banigo. And then we took it upon our stride to embrace this challenge. How do we get it all filled up? What do we need to do? That's when your creativity comes in. That takes me to number 6. How creative is this person? How innovative is this person? What can he turn out? Can he bring water out of the rock? Before now, Lagos State had, from federal allocation, I think 4 billion naira every month. Fashola turned that around, creativity. Now, Lagos State does not depend on federal allocation. They don't. They have mastered out creatively, innovatively, how to generate funds for their states. And look at what projects they are embarking on. Even federal government is owing them so much money for federal projects that they have embarked upon. So creativity is key for every leader. In fact, for me, I don't know if it will be my number 1. You have to be creative. You have to think outside the box. I'm sorry to say, up north, that is one of the biggest challenges in the north. Being able to raise creative leaders. There's so much opportunities up north, but because there's no guy up there that is thinking creatively for the state, you can imagine everything is just wiggy. So that's number 6. Number 7, I can't place mine.
Okay.
I can't remember.
And that should be suspense.
Yeah, I'll put you in suspense.
If you want to know more, we'll come to Impact.
You come to us.
Thank you so much. It's nice having you.